Anyone who has found a declaration of intention or petition for naturalization knows how important that source document's information can be. But what if your ancestor wasn't naturalized? Is there another way to find out some of the same information and more? Well, the Alien Registration Form could be your answer. The 1940 Alien Registration Act, also known as the Smith Act, made it illegal for anyone, either individually or as a member of a group, to advocate, abet, or take steps to overthrow the U.S. government. The act required all individuals over the age of 14 who were resident aliens within the United States to register with the government and receive an Alien Registration Receipt Card, the predecessor of today's green card. The registration process also included fingerprinting. Let's take a look at the AR-2. As you can see, the AR-2 is 2 pages long with 15 questions. Many of the questions are similar to what you might find on the naturalization forms, but there are a few others that are not asked anywhere else. Keep in mind that these questions are being answered in the early 1940s, and the person completing the form may have been in the United States for 40 years or more. Therefore, you should try to verify the information here with other sources. Now for the questions. Number 1. The registrant's name as they currently are known, and any other name that they may have used. This could include maiden names, nicknames, or original names before they were changed, shortened, or Americanized. Number 2. The registrant's current address. Numbers 3 and 4. The registrant's date of birth and place of birth. Notice that this is an excellent place to find a local town name instead of a general area or country. Also, since the registrant is an alien, they're asked what country they are currently a citizen of. Numbers 5 and 6. These 2 questions ask for gender, marital status, race, and some physical characteristics, such as height, weight, hair color, and eye color. Number 7. This could be a very helpful one. Here the registrant is asked to give information on when, how, and where they last arrived in the United States. They're asked for the port and date of entry. They're also asked if they came to the United States as a passenger, crew member, stowaway, or other. And then they're asked what was the purpose of their arrival. For example, as a permanent resident, a visitor, a student, etc. Finally, they're asked the date that they first came to the United States. This date and the most recent arrival date could be different. Number 8. Question 8 asks how long they've been in the country and how long they expect to remain here. For our immigrant ancestors, they would have answered permanently. Number 9. The last question on page 1 asks for the registrant's usual occupation as well as their current occupation. Since this form was filled out towards the end of the Depression, people could be working at jobs that were different than what they were trained for. They were also asked to give the name and address where they currently work. If they're unemployed, that would be disclosed here. Number 10. On page 2, the registrant is asked to list any organizations, clubs, or societies they may have belonged to in the last 5 years or are planning to join. The purpose of this question was most likely to see what political organizations the registrant was involved with, but for our purposes, it's an interesting question to find out what our ancestors might have been doing in their social life. Number 11. Here the registrant would record any military service along with their terms of service. Number 12. If the registrant was in the process of becoming a naturalized citizen, question 12 asks for the steps that would have been taken with the dates and locations for any filings. This individual already filed their intention and petition papers, and we can use this information to find those documents. Number 13. If the registrant has certain family members in the United States, they would be disclosed here. The question asks specifically for parents, spouse, and children. Numbers 14 and 15. Here the registrant is answering whether they have any record of arrest, indictments, or convictions. You might find something here you never expected. And the last question, and one of the main points of the registration, asks if the registrant is affiliated with or an active member of any organization devoted to influencing political activities or public policy of a foreign government. Under question 15, the registrant would sign their name and give a fingerprint, and then the form would be stamped with the date the form was executed. So where can I find AR2s? Well, if you have a subscription or access to Ancestry.com at a local library, you might be able to find some online. Otherwise, you'll need to contact the USCIS. Here's the complete online address, along with a tiny URL I set up, which should make it much easier. The USCIS site will explain that they can only reply to requests for alien files if you provide them with the alien's A number. They describe a few ways you might be able to find the number yourself. One way would be to look at the bottom of a naturalization index card. Otherwise, the procedure would be to first request a record search from the USCIS to find the number and then request the source documents. There are links on their site for the search form and the actual document request form. As we can see, the AR2 alien registration form can be very helpful in determining an immigrant's basic data, such as alternate names, local town birthplace, arrival information, and subsequent naturalization information. But the AR2 might also provide us with information that we might not see elsewhere, such as temporary occupational information, membership in organizations, and criminal records. This has been another helpful video from the Jewish Genealogy Society of Long Island. Please visit our website at www.jgsli.org for more information on our monthly speakers, beginners workshop, and other projects and resources. And visit our Facebook page where you can take part in conversations with experienced researchers. Whether you're on Long Island or an out-of-towner, we'd love to hear from you. Good luck with your research.